Gulam is with us, so let me ask him that. Gulam, do you think this kind of push is really needed in the MMR region? Because on one hand, you had the builders talking about how the sales have been good, that entire flip-flop of the tax that happened in terms of LTCG was rolled back as well. Is this something that is really a need of the industry right now?
Well, you have a very valid concern. I don't fully agree that this is needed right now. For a simple reason, as you rightly said, the transactions month on month have been breaking records. In fact, for last 6-7 months, every month has been better than the last year same month. And even stamp duty revenue collection wise, if I'm focusing only on the registration of apartments, that is sales of apartments or homes, we have been collecting more than 1,000 crore for 7 consecutive months, which is a record in itself. So prima facie, you don't need much of a discount over there. However, one thing which is a cause of concern is that the prices of the houses have been shooting up. And that is a concern. At some point of time, the market will have to take cognizance of the high prices and inflation in real estate. And then, if they're talking about a percentage of a reduction in stamp duty, it will be a breather. It will be a good step. But more than that, what the minister, I heard him talking, is about the premium cuts, which is a very good step. And then it will be for the developer to decide whether they pass it on to the buyer or not. But at least on the government side, there is an initiative, there is an inclination, which is a very welcome step.
That's exactly the point. I mean, stamp duty and the premium, etc., form part of the cost. What if the builders don't pass it on? And right now as well, it is up to the builders to at least try and cut the prices a bit, because as you talked about, it's escalated quite a bit. Why is that not happening then?
Well, one of it, the stamp duty is not in the developer's hand, but passing on the premium discounts is definitely in their hand. So that is where my about the premium alone. But your point is valid. If the transactions are going on, if there is enough of a demand, it's a simple economics. There is no compelling reason for developers to cut the prices if the economy is saying that whatever they are constructing, whatever they are seeking, they're getting the prices. So that is a concern that unless some change of trend is observed, the developers would not take that as a signal and look at cutting the prices. Till such times, the prices shall continue to rise unabashed.
Andrew, just want to get you in as well over here because, while this really worked from those COVID lows when everyone did aim to to buy a higher or rather bigger home. But do you think that a move like this, if there is any sort of discount, a stamp duty reduction, is it going to act as the big kicker once again for realty because the sector is already in a boom?
I think it helps continue that boom because, with those kind of incentives, plus, as we spoke before, interest rates coming down and likely to go down, at least 50 to 70 basis points in India alone. So, that's the extra fillip you need for the housing market. So I would have thought most of the housing stocks will rise on the back of this, on the combination of those factors. Because it's all very positive, right? It's going to keep the momentum going for house sales. So it's good news.
But Gulam, just wanted to get a better sense. Do you think, which segment do you think will benefit the most out of this discounting if it does happen? If there is a bit of a breather, which segment do you expect will see the takeoff first?
As we've seen earlier, the earlier time that even minister was referring to, during the COVID period when they brought in the stamp duty cuts, the first segment which got, a sudden change was the premium and super premium segment. Because if you also look at the quantum, that 1% makes much of a difference when you're buying an apartment for 50 crore vis-a-vis when you're buying something for 50 lakh. So that segment, the uppermost segment, will get the very positive sentiments changing with that. However, for the lower end, it may still not be as much of a breather as you would anticipate it to be.
Really a breather be coming in for the upper strata, and Gulam making it clear that there's not a big need per se of the industry right now because the demand is very strong, and clearly if they had to cut prices, the developers could have bitten the bullet and kind of taken that, but they're not doing it because the economy is telling them that there's a good amount of traction in the sales. Thanks Gulam for waiting by patiently and speaking to us about the subject. Let's see what those discounts actually take shape into as we head into the festive season.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.